on in, everybody. Come on in for a lovely show. Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, diamondandsilk.com.
Come on in.
I'm going to try not to yell tonight. I'm sorry, you all. Something ticked me off before I came on the air was that Mitt Romney. I was trying to find out when his time was up. That's what I was here Googling.
When his time up.
When is his time up? Because he's got to be voted out. He irritates me so bad.
Yeah.
Have a lovely show tonight. You know, the president's going to be coming on Hannity tonight.
Yes.
So I want to make sure that we came on early so we could be done on time.
That's right.
So that we can head over there to Hannity to watch the president.
That's right.
So here's the list, you all. We're going down with the itch of the week. The whistleblower whistles. Isn't doing a lot of blowing.
Nope.
Mick Mulvaney in his press conference. We're going to break that down. Nancy Pelosi being disrespectful to the POTUS. The House Democrat witch hunt 2.0.
Yep.
The witch hunt. The witch hunt. And this is the Democrats pushing it.
The House Democrat witch hunt.
Yeah.
Oh,
President Trump has a question for Republicans. Project Veritas, you are exposing CNN.
Ooh.
And President Trump legal action against CNN. Hillary Clinton still spreading conspiracy theories.
Yes, she is.
Hate from the left and death threats. 3 from the squad endorsed Bernie, but I really believe it was 1.
One.
AOC would talk about her.
We'll just
President Trump G7 summit at Doral in Miami, Florida. We discussed that, and Mark Zuckerberg said he's for defending free speech and so much more.
That's what he said.
Okay, yeah, we'll discuss it all and more. Are we up on all portals?
We are up on all portals.
All right, hit it, y'all. Hey y'all, welcome to tonight's Diamond and Silk Chit Chat Live with your host Diamond and Silk goes silk with a long weekend. But before we get started with the show, I want you to stop right now. I want you to share this video. We believe that sharing is caring. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you will receive a notification whenever we drop content. If you're on Facebook, make sure you hit the follow or like button. I guess that's what they're doing. I don't know what Facebook is doing anymore. I really don't.
They don't know what they're doing.
To follow us and keep up with us.
Yes.
And if you're on all of these other pages, please make sure you share. That's how we get the word out and we keep the word out.
That's right.
Okay, so thank you all for sharing. Oh, I didn't pull up my YouTube. I know some people's on YouTube tonight, so I'm about to do that right now. I'm sorry, I was in the midst of looking up old Mitt Romney. I'm going to say this here. I'm just doing small talk while I pull it up.
Okay.
So I was watching television as I was getting ready. And so Mitt Romney is giving an interview to somebody on HBO and talking about the president of the United States. And it really just, it ticks me off so bad, you all. And so I posed a question to everybody. Who in the heck voted for Mitt Romney and why? So thank you all for all of your answers. Thank you all for all of your answers. Listen, tonight's show is being brought to you by the Chit Chat Tour.
Yes,
so,
baby.
if you haven't gotten your tour tickets, I want you to head over there to get your tickets. Our next stop is going to be in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and that's on October 26th.
Yes.
That's on Saturday, you all. So get your tickets.
This coming Saturday.
At chitchattour.com.
Yes.
Or diamondandsilk.com and click on Chit Chat Tour to get your tickets.
That's right.
And then we have another state. This is a viewer's view forum. This is November the 23rd in Dallas, Texas. So please make sure you get your tickets. Listen, I heard something happened in Dallas. I don't know if it was Dallas, Texas or in Texas. It was a huge tornado there.
Yeah.
And it left a lot of people without power. So we're praying for you all there. So if you can get your tickets, please get your tickets. We want to see your face in a place. And that's on November the 23rd. And then we have our Say Yes to Life brunch. That's going to be coming up in 2020. And that's January the 25th, you all. More information is coming soon. This will be our first Say Yes to Life Brunch. It is a pro-life event, so I want you to start putting your coins away and saving up for this here event.
Yes.
We're going to eat, we're going to share, we're going to care. We're going to do a lot of things. It's going to be beautiful.
Amazing.
So we're real excited about that, okay?
Yes.
All right. Special thank you to everybody that share all of our pages and all of our chit-chats, especially in your groups and in your little communities or wherever. Thank you so much. When you're being censored on social media, the word, we depend on you to get the word out, and thank you so much for all of that.
Thank you actually thank you so much. If you all only knew, with the censorship, they won't let us advertise our chit chats. We can't mail out. If we mail out anything, somebody will hold the mail until after the chit chat date. So if we email, it goes to spam. So it's a lot of little things that's happening. But you know what? God has the last say so, and we're not going to give up. We're going to keep taking our message to the streets.
That's right.
By any means necessary. So thank you.
And speaking of the streets, thank you to everybody that defends Diamond and Silk against all of the trolls, the hate mongers. Thank you all for having our backs. We really do appreciate that so much. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you to all of our moderators on all of our platforms, YouTube, Facebook. It does not go unnoticed. Thank you all so much. And thank you all. When you have to get somebody off.
Oh, my God. Get them straight.
You do, and get them straight. I appreciate that very much. So thank you all so much. And thank you all to all of our lovely, beautiful fans.
Yes.
I'm at awe because I'm like, how do all of these people know us? And I don't think we be on TV a whole lot like that.
Wow.
I don't know, but I just want you all to know that we love you all so very much.
So much.
And when we stop in the airport, we don't mind stopping, taking a quick photo. But if our flight is leaving, we have to rush.
We have to rush.
Yeah.
We have to go.
Because we don't want them to leave us.
And the other week we was in the airport. I don't know if we spoke about somebody being triggered. Did we speak about that?
Oh, we spoke about the guy when we was in the Sky Lounge.
Yes.
He was triggered, but that's okay. He need to get that book called Triggered.
Yes.
By Don Jr. Right. By Don. Get the book.
Yes.
And maybe he'll become untriggered.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So this is where we've been. We've been traveling almost every week, you all. My voice sounds a lot better. I have to stop yelling, you all, because I think that's really affecting my voice.
Do you think you'd be yelling?
Yes.
I think you just talk loud.
I got to know how to calm it down.
And I've been here so long with you, it just sounds normal to me.
Right,
so
okay.
I don't think you're yelling. I think that you talk really
I talk
loud.
a lot. So I'm trying to not talk so loud. Okay. All right. But I still want y'all to hear me and all.
That's
but I feel
right.
good.
You got to hear what
okay.
you got to
all
say.
Right. So we was out of town, and we were in Pennsylvania for the Pennsylvania Pro-Life Federation banquet.
Yes.
It was a sold-out event. I think it sold out 7 weeks.
7 weeks ago.
Before the event happened.
Yes.
They had over 800 people there, 800 guests, and they had so many requests that they had to open up an overflow room for the overflow
and
people.
They streamed live.
And they live streamed everything, you all, and it was really good.
And we were the keynote speakers.
We were the keynote speakers at that particular event.
It was amazing.
It was amazing. The food was amazing. The talk was amazing. Looking at everything that the Pro-Life Federation, Pennsylvania Pro-Life Federation, what they do. And I think that it's very important. I think that we really should have the conversation when we're talking about pro-life.
Yeah.
And I also make sure that I advocate for women who have made a mistake based on what somebody else's ideology or what somebody else told you. Manipulation.
Yep.
They have to have a chance to redeem themselves too.
Yep.
And when you see one, then you teach one.
Yes.
I know that's a slogan already out there.
Yes.
And so that they can teach somebody else.
Exactly.
Because when you look at these left-leaning liberals, you all, they're treating birth control as if it's murder now.
Yep.
They're calling that the new birth control.
Yep.
And we have to talk to our millenniums, talk to our young girls, talk to our women, to let them know that there's a better way.
That's right, especially since now they have the abortion pill on campus.
That's right. I think that's out in California. They're trying to push the abortion pill on campus, you all. Now, you're not going to give nobody a pill if they sick. and that can bring them back
not
to
for
life.
free.
Yeah, yeah. But you want to give out a pill that's gonna kill a baby.
Yes.
And you want to give that out for
You're
free.
giving that out for free, but people that need their diabetic medicine,
They don't.
their blood pressure medicine,
And
they got
some
to
of that
pay for
stuff
that.
is $1,700, $1,800. Some of that stuff costs a lot of money that people cannot afford.
They got to pay for that.
It's just like listen, and I'll say this: what used to be right is now considered wrong, and what used to be wrong is now considered right.
Yep.
And it's so sad.
Yep.
But this is
and I heard of a young man passing away because he could not afford his diabetes medicine.
His diabetic
medicine. He could not afford it, so they put him on the cheaper brand and the pills. But what he needed, he could not afford, and his blood pressure went so high.
His sugar
went so high.
Sugar.
I'm sorry, blood sugar went so high that he passed.
Wow.
And he was a young man.
Young guy.
Yeah.
Young guy.
Yeah.
Okay. And then after Pennsylvania, we also flew to Peoria, Illinois.
Yes.
Where we had another magnificent time.
Hold on one second.
Yes,
Hold on one second. You know what? I didn't even get to load the pictures, the photos.
Okay, well, which photos you want to load?
That's the deal. I didn't get to load them.
Okay, well
so
then
keep talking. I'm sorry.
No worries. The hospitality was on point. First of all, the hotel, I don't even know the name of the hotel we stayed at, but I can tell you that we were in a very comfortable room.
Yes.
And thank you for the sugar cookies.
Yes.
And the chocolate covered strawberries.
Yes.
And the crackers and and the cheese and the. Oh, it's just so good. It was just so good. And I like to be in a comfortable place where I can chill while I'm still doing work. So thank you all so much. Also, we met a lot of amazing people, and we were able to meet for the first time Peggy Hubbard. Now, I don't know if you all know about Peggy Hubbard. But Peggy, there she go. Hey, Peggy. Peggy is running for senator right there in Illinois, you all. This is the first time that we heard about it whenever we went to this here particular event. Peggy Hubbard has been out there in the trenches, you all. She's been stumping for President Trump. She is against all of this, she's against people coming up against our police. She's against all of this Antifa stuff. And I think she want to do right by the citizens right there in Illinois.
Yes.
So make sure you all check her out, okay?
Yes.
But we had a magnificent talk. I think we stood there and probably talked to her for about 30 minutes.
Yes.
And it was just like you was with a sister girl.
Yes.
A sister girl.
Yes.
Pierre, Illinois. Oh, she's telling me where, you know what? And a shout out to my personal assistant, who we love.
We love you.
That's trying to give me the name. It was the Pierre Marquette Marriott in Peoria, Illinois.
It was wonderful.
Okay. Now, even though that kitchen was nasty, because you know they had to take us through the kitchen. But the food was good, and our rooms were very comfortable. So thank you to the people of Peoria, Illinois, for putting us up very comfortably.
It was amazing.
I really appreciate that. I appreciate, because I told the story, and I got to move it.
Well, while you're moving it, while you're doing it and moving, I just want to piggyback and say that we are on stage.
There we at the pro-life event.
Yes,
Yay.
I managed to make it happen for us. And it was an amazing,
it was an amazing event, you all. Everything was so amazing.
Yes.
I was telling them the story when we went to Illinois about how a lady put us up in Virginia and didn't fix no food for us. And she running around there drinking Slim Fast, and we running around there hungry. So that next morning, me and Silk discussed it. And we said, listen, we got to get up out of here. We got to get us some food.
We got to get the hell out of here.
So, honey, we hightailed it to the nearest Cracker Barrel. And we ordered up so much food. We ate so much food just in case we didn't get none that night or the next day, we would be full. So you can't. So I love it when people invite us somewhere and they make sure that they have nice. We eat. Everything is comfortable.
That's right.
Because the two things that you gonna know about Diamond Silk, we love to live, we love life, and we love to eat, baby.
That's right.
Okay. So listen. Speaking of eat. President Trump rally in Texas, you all, was huge. Over 20,000 inside and possibly over 20,000 outside, you all. It was huge. Now, I know there was Bernie Sanders. They did his little comeback rally. He claimed that he had 20,000 people reserved. I'm sorry. I don't believe nothing that he said.
In his dreams.
He didn't have, that didn't sound like no 20,000 people crowd
and
to
the
me.
people out there might have been college students. They was out there to get extra credit. I'm telling you, that's what be happening. That's what happened with Hillary Clinton and them. That's why they did a lot of stuff at these colleges and different things, so that the students can get extra credit, and then they can have people have bodies to fill the space.
Oh, okay. Well,
crazy.
Listen, and that speaks volumes. Okay, I'm not gonna talk loud. That speaks volumes.
Girl, you better talk.
Whenever you see President Trump can hold a rally
Yes.
where there's 20,000 inside
Yes.
and just as many outside, I see why the Democrats are scared.
Ooh, they scared, girl. They are shaking in their boots.
Y'all not gonna be able
and
to
bikinis,
beat them.
they are
So you're
scared.
trying to make up lies, is what you're trying
let's
to do.
get to it.
Speaking of making up lies, the itch of the week is Adam Schiff.
Yes.
He has an itch that we have to scratch.
Oh.
Now, Adam Schiff is just a liar.
He's a flat liar.
A pathological liar.
He's a liar.
Okay. Now,
Yes.
he's had 2 pending ethics complaints held against him.
Yes, he do.
He lied about having Russian evidence against President Trump.
Yep.
He lied about the context of the call with the Ukraine to make President Trump look bad.
Yep.
He lied about his contact with the so-called whistleblower. Yeah. So 173 Republicans are backing a motion to censure Adam Schiff, and to tell you the truth, it should be all Republicans backing this motion.
That's right.
Adam Schiff got in front of the American people and he told an outright, dirty, nasty, low-down, gutter-written lie.
I love it.
Oh, it just came up.
That was a lie.
All of it was a lie, you all.
Yes, and so we
Go
tweeted.
ahead, sis.
We tweeted Adam Schiff lied to the American people, and now he's trying to make up a case to sell to the American people based on another lie. If Dems can start an inquiry of impeachment openly, then they can openly let the president and the American people see what's going on behind closed doors.
We want to see.
We wants to know.
And see, what they're not doing is they're not giving President Trump due process, and they're not giving the American people transparency.
No, they're not.
Because you are full of lies.
Yes.
First of all, the mere fact that him as a congressman think he can get before the American people and lie on the sitting president, I have problems with.
Yes.
Because see, he done lied about a lot of stuff.
A whole lot of stuff.
Then he said he had evidence of Russian collusion.
That's what he
Come
said.
to find out that was a lie.
A lie.
I think they need to do more than censure him. They need to make him step down.
And he needs to go to jail for lying because he lied in Congress. They want to say that he's protected, but he's a liar.
He's a liar.
Damn liar.
And we don't believe nothing that he said.
That's right.
Now, I'm scratching myself, girl.
Oh, why?
Because Adam Schiff should be scratching himself.
Yes, because he's itching really bad.
He's itching.
He's itching. He's on fire.
He
got something, y'all.
The thing about Adam Schiff is that
a lie disease. I think it's a lie. It's a lying spirit.
That's what he have on him.
Yes, he's a lying wonder.
He do need to step down.
Yes,
because whenever you stand in front of the American people and you tell an outright lie,
straight faced lie,
and then you come back when you're called out and said it was a parody.
Yeah.
I think that there sends a signal to, what about the people that didn't realize that what you did was lie?
And there was a lot of people that didn't realize that. They didn't realize that, and they're using that as talking points. Yep.
Yeah. And so for that reason, he has an itch we need to scratch. We done already scratch it. Yeah. Adam Schiff stepped down.
We got to go.
All right, whistleblower. The whistleblower, listen, isn't doing a lot of blowing.
Yep.
Notice how the whistleblower is fading away. I wonder why. Maybe Adam Schiff is all out of wind.
Yeah.
Because here is my thing: if he lied about that,
yeah,
was there really a whistleblower?
Right.
And y'all doing stuff behind closed doors where nobody can see it.
We don't know.
How do we know there's a whistleblower that's not a whistleblower?
We don't know. That's right. Yeah, we don't know that. And it's a shame that the American people don't know that, but you're using our tax dollars to impeach our president and think we're going to sit idly by and let you get away with it?
It's an absolute unequivocally no.
Hell no.
We're not going to do it. Mick Mulvaney press conference. Okay, so the other day I'm sitting in a hotel in Illinois, comfortable hotel in Illinois, and I'm just sitting up there and I see a press conference with Mick Mulvaney. And after his press conference, the media took it and, they spent the narrative like they always do.
Yeah.
So, me and Silk had a conversation when we was just talking about it today. And do you have any footage, or do you just want me to go into?
Just go ahead. I didn't get any footage for the simple fact YouTube take and shut your whole video
because you
down.
Used another footage. Oh, got it.
Yes, but you can go back and watch it.
So Mick was asked this question. Asked this question: Was the president serious about when he said he would he would like to see China investigate the Bidens, and the fact that Mick Mulvaney was directly involved with withholding money from Ukraine?
Right.
That's what he was asked.
That's what he was asked a question around that scenario. Okay.
So Mick said, "Let's deal with the second one first."
Right. He want to deal with the second question first. Okay. All right.
Mick said that it should not come to no surprise to anyone that President Trump is not a big fan of foreign aid.
That's right.
Never has been, never will be. They gutted the foreign aid because the president doesn't like spending money overseas, especially when it's poorly spent.
That's right.
That's what Mick said. Okay,
that was his response. Go ahead.
He talked about Ukraine being a corrupt place, and that's why they were skeptical about giving Puerto Rico aid money because they thought they were corrupt, and it turns out that they were right. Mick and the president actually looked at the corruption and the fact that other European countries was not helping out with supporting Ukraine.
Right.
We give them tanks and other countries give them pills. Mick said, I know it's a long answering to your question.
I know it's a long answer to your question.
But I'm still going. So those were the driving factors.
So he gave the reasoning, behind the withholding of the aid from Ukraine.
Because
he
it's
want to
corrupt.
know if they're corrupt.
Okay, all right. So then Mick said, did he also mention to me in the past the corruption related to the DNC server? Absolutely. No question about that. That's why we held up the money.
Okay.
Stop right there.
Yep, stop right there. Now, he said this in the same breath when he was saying to the person
about the corruption.
About the corruption, exactly. Because he said, so those were the driving factors. Talking about the answer to the question.
Right.
And then he went and he said, but do the president, have we talked about such? Yes. But then he circled back around and said, that's why we held up the money. So you know what the fake news did.
Oh, what they always
tied
do.
everything together and said, this is what you said. And tried to spin that as if it was true. And that is not in the context of the way that Mick said it.
Right, absolutely.
Okay?
That's right. Okay. So the first part of the answer was related to the first part of the question. And the second part was related to the long answer about
first question that I asked you.
Right.
But then I asked about 3 or 4 questions.
Right. So the guy asking the question said, so the demand to the Democrats were part of the reason that he ordered to withhold funding to Ukraine. Mick went on to say that look back to what happened in 2016 was part of the thing the president was worried about in corruption with that nation.
That's right.
And that is absolutely appropriate.
So they were talking about looking back into 2016. You got to remember, we just wasted $40 million plus with Robert Mueller investigating President Trump and his Russia collusion and stuff that was actually paid for by Hillary Clinton and the DNC.
Right.
Okay. And the Ukraine, they have a part in this as well. And President Trump wants to know, how did this originate? Okay.
Which he should.
He's supposed to, because he's about getting rid of corruption.
Right.
Okay.
Now, the Budget Control Impoundment Act of 1974 says if Congress appropriates money, you have to spend it.
Right.
They knew that the money had to go out the door by the end of September, or they had to have a reason not to do it.
That's right.
So the person asking the question said, to be clear, what you just described is quid pro quo. It is funding. Its funding will not flow unless the investigation into the Democrat server happens as well. So Mick Mulvaney said, we do that all the time in foreign policy.
Okay, before he said that, he looked like, what you mean quid pro quo? I'm just looking at his expression, okay? But he said, we do that all the time with foreign policies. They withhold money from the Northern Triangle countries so that they would change their policies on immigration.
Right.
Okay? See, they're trying to tie quid pro quo with the withholding of money to make it appear like that Donald Trump was saying, you got to do this for me,
right,
in order to get that. And the media was just putting a spin on it, you all. Okay?
Okay, so let me just back up here. The media is the one that mentioned quid pro quo.
That's right.
Quid pro quo is when you want somebody to do something and you threaten to withhold something if they don't do it.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
So when Biden told the Ukrainian president that we gonna withhold this foreign aid if you don't fire the prosecutor that's investigating my son's, the company he worked for,
right?
Wouldn't that be quid pro
that
quo?
That is quid pro quo.
So the president of the United States on the phone having a general conversation asking this man to investigate corruption. How is that quid pro quo?
And now keep in mind that the withholding of this money was before the conversation. See?
So, okay. So they trying, wait.
Come on.
They trying to hold the fact. They trying to hold the fact that because the money was withheld, oh, you withholding it because you want
them to investigate Biden. But see, I got something for all of that.
Come on.
Because all of that is a big lie.
That's a lie.
The quid pro quo, when you do that, you have to be talking to the other person on the other end.
I thought so.
It's
you can't
like
say
blackmailing
that's
somebody.
right.
I can't say I'm blackmailing you and you don't know I'm blackmailing you and I ain't saying nothing to you that you got to do this for me or else.
But if the money was already withheld because of corruption, and Ukraine is very corrupt, okay, then how they gonna tie a conversation to the money being held when the money was already held before they even had a conversation?
They're doing it because they have the media in their back pockets to spin the narrative, to say it. And then you got people that get on TV don't know how to defend it. So they continue to spin the same lie to make it appear like our president did something wrong. Well, but they don't say nothing about Obama asking for President Trump to be investigated when he was a private citizen.
Whoa,
they don't say nothing about that.
They don't say nothing. Okay, so the three reasons that the money was held up: corruption in Ukraine, it was corruption. Whether or not other countries were participating in support of Ukraine, and whether or not they were cooperating in an ongoing investigation with the Department of Justice, and that's legitimate.
And what the media was trying to do is to make it look like he was trying to get them to investigate Biden for 2020.
He never mentioned anything about 2020.
This is
we're talking about 2000 investigation and about 2016 when they pushed this Russia witch hunt of a hoax on the president.
And Donald Trump want to know, can I trust you? You got to remember, was that in 84? Oh God, I can't remember that date. They did some type of act, and I did not.
Where you can withhold money if these countries are corrupt. So this brings me to a
Ukraine act. There's some type of Ukraine act that they did.
Right. So the deal is, this brings me to this here. Then when Obama talked to leaders around the world, how many people did he withhold funds to, and will that be considered as now quid pro quo?
Yeah, and from my understanding, I believe he held funding from the Ukraine, if I'm not mistaken. I think he just wanted to send them some pillows or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
Now, remember, the president of Ukraine said he didn't know nothing about any aid being held up.
That's right.
And he wasn't pressured. So the Democrats gonna go behind closed doors and make up something instead of listening to the source.
The sources
that you all said that somebody tried to do a quick pro quo on.
Exactly. And see, people got to understand, It takes two to do a quid pro quo.
That's right.
Two, the person that's giving and the person that's on the receiving end.
That's right.
Zelensky they said he didn't even know nothing about no withholding of any funds. President Trump wanted them to prove themselves. Are you corrupt or not?
That's right. And he withheld that money because of corruption. Now, I want people to stop getting it twisted because they keep saying, well, the president asked him to do him a favor. That's a lie.
That's a lie.
Here's the exact words of the president. I would like you to do us a favor. The president never asked him to do me a favor. He said, I would like to do us. I would like for you to do us a favor. Though because our country has been through a lot and Ukraine knows a lot about it. I would like you to find out what happened with this whole situation with Ukraine. They say crowd strike. I guess you have one of your wealthy people, the server. They say Ukraine has it. Does that have anything to do with 2020?
With 2020. Did President Trump say, I need you to do this for us in order for us to do that for you? No.
Then he said, there's a lot of talk about Biden's son. That Biden stopped the prosecution, and a lot of people want to find out about that. So whatever you can do with the attorney general will be great.
That's the only time I saw Biden's name mentioned. Anything about
it's
Biden?
It's not like the president called up this guy called up the president to talk about Joe Biden, to talk about the 2020 election.
That's right. And I was looking at Chris Wallace yesterday. Evil is the word that I have for Chris Wallace. I saw how Chris Wallace took and did like a PowerPoint, and he made it appear like President Trump made this call, said he was going to withhold money, and brought up Biden's name, and all of that is a lie. But you put that out there on TV, and people hear that, but they don't get to see what actually happened. It's a lie.
The president did not make a call just to bring up Biden's name.
Right.
There was a call.
He was congratulating
called
him
to congratulate this
they won
man
the parliament
because he won the election.
That's right.
Okay. And then they talked about
not Zelensky. Zelensky had already won.
Right.
And then what happened is the rest of the part of the government,
the parliament
had won. And then that's when Donald Trump called to congratulate him for them winning the parliament. Okay. But once again, the money was already withheld before that call.
Before that call.
Okay.
And the left wing media is not bringing that out.
And here's another thing that they're not bringing out. Joe Biden is not President Trump's political opponent.
He's not.
He's not even the nominee.
We don't even know who's going to be the nominee.
That's right.
It could be Buttigieg for all we know.
We don't know that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So people,
I want y'all, before y'all start listening to the left wing media, please do your research. Read the transcript. It speaks for itself.
Yeah.
All of these people that's trying to put in a quid pro quo and this and that. Read the transcript.
Yes.
Don't go by no whistleblowers. We shouldn't be listening to whistles. We should be reading the transcript.
Reading the transcript. And see, Nancy Pelosi was so quick to do that inquiry of impeachment. And see, Donald Trump, we was on a plane.
Right.
Okay? When we heard she was going to be speaking at 5. I want to say, I don't know if it was around 1 or 2 or we was in the middle of something, but we was on a plane and we had TVs on the plane.
Yes.
And President Trump said that he was going to release the transcript the next day.
Yes, he did.
Why couldn't Nancy Pelosi wait until the next day before she talked about some impeachments or some inquiries of impeachment?
It wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't all planned, because I guarantee you the Democrats knew that money was withheld before this phone call.
Oh, they
knew. This was just a way to tie both of these together. Oh, I see some quid pro quo. But you got old nasty, stinking, sloppy, slow, creepy, crooked Joe. Deliberately said what he did. And told the man, listen, if you don't believe we going to withhold this aid, ask Obama. So that lets me know that the Obama and his administration knew about all of this quid pro quo, blackmail, extortion, bribery with American tax dollars.
Right. And from my understanding, Congress appropriated that money in February of this year. And President Trump had withheld it in May of this year. Okay. Now you got to remember Zelensky, I believe he got in office at the end of April, if I'm not mistaken. He got in office. President Trump is like this. I am tired of our U.S. tax dollars
That's right.
being given to all of these foreign countries, trying to build up their infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
You even got Congress sitting here now talking about sending money to protect somebody else's border, but won't give one red cent to protect our borders. Right here in the USA.
That's right.
President Trump is tired of that. And then once our US dollars go outside to these foreign countries, the deficit go up higher. Nothing comes back into the USA to pay down the deficit. You got American citizens working like Hebrew slaves. Taking every doggone dime that they have, giving 33, 40%, 50%, and then you got a fool talking about 90 doggone percent of their money.
Wait, but who is the one talk about 90%?
You got Elizabeth Warren want to tax the rich. You got Bernie Sanders want to tax the rich. They talking about giving away everything for free. The only way they're going to give away everything for free is build the American people for it.
That's right.
President Trump is tired of it, and
we are tired of it. And we're going to be left holding the bag.
Speaking
of Nancy Pelosi. Speaking of Nancy Pelosi, she is a very disrespectful person.
Yes.
She disrespected the president the other day.
Yes.
And let me tell you something. She went in there in that meeting and she started it, but President Donald J. Trump finished it. Now this is how it all went down.
Yep.
The Associated Press reported that the meeting unfolded with President Trump and Pelosi bickering before Pelosi walked out.
Okay.
Now, this is what the Associated Press said. Pelosi mentioned a House vote, and Senator Chuck Schumer, the Democratic leader, started to read the president a quote from former Defense Secretary James Mattis. Okay, but Trump cut Schumer off, complaining that Mattis was the world's most overrated general. You know why? He wasn't tough enough. Trump went on. I captured ISIS. Okay, so it looked like that it was just, let me just say this here. A lot of these people want to be at war, want to stay at war.
That's right.
President Trump wants this to end.
Right.
You ticked off because we finna move 28 U.S. American soldiers from Syria.
Right.
Okay. So they going probably back and forth with this here.
That's
but
right.
then you had Nancy Pelosi.
Yep.
Explain to Trump that Russia has always wanted to foothold in the Middle East, and now it has one with the U.S. withdrawal. And then she said, all roads with you lead to Putin, the speaker said.
That's
now,
where
you don't say no. You see, you don't say no mess like that.
That's what she messed. That's what she messed up right there.
The president reportedly defended his action, telling Pelosi, "I hate ISIS more than you do." You don't know that, Pelosi answered. Schumer intervened at one point and said, "Is your plan to rely on the Syrians or on the Turks?" Trump replied, "Our plan is to keep the American people safe."
Oh, girl, they hate to hear that.
Pelosi said, "That's not a plan. That's a goal."
Oh, girl.
Trump turned to Pelosi and complained about former President Barack Obama's red line over Syria. According to Schumer, he then called her a third-rate politician. At that point, the General Rep Steny Hoyer of Maryland, the House Majority Leader, interjected, "This is not useful." Pelosi and Hoyer stood and left the meeting. As they did, Trump said goodbye. "We'll see you at the polls." Oh, I love it. So now disrespectful Nancy is going to try to save, I guess, their own interest. So here, I love what the president tweeted. The president is now leading a delegation. Oh, excuse me. She said Pelosi is now leading a delegation of 9, including corrupt Adam Schiff, to Jordan to check out Syria. She should find out why Obama drew the red line in the sand and then did nothing, losing Syria. In all respect, I did something. 58 missiles, 1 million died under Obama's mistake.
Yeah. So why? Who? Okay, I know that they've been I know that these people have been in these government positions since
decades.
Since I want to say before slavery.
No,
it's just that
decades.
they've been in there for years, for decades. It seems like centuries. It really do. So I understand that there's a good old boy syndrome thing that's going on here. And President Trump has come in and disturbed the status quo.
Yes, he has.
Nancy Pelosi and her crew, they went over there because they have an interest in these endless wars.
Absolutely.
And they're trying to protect.
But let me tell you what really pissed me off with Nancy Pelosi.
Allegedly.
Let me tell you what irritates me with her. The mere fact that she brings up Russia and she brings up Putin, and she must have forgot there's no Russia collusion. So why are you even bringing that up?
Because she's delusional.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So the House Democrats witch hunt is at a 2.0. They ticked off now with the president because he done pulled our troops out of Syria. We cannot continue to fight these endless wars. And it's okay. You know what? It's all gravy when you can sit behind your desk and tell somebody to go to war, but your child ain't
at war.
And thank God for the president that there is no end in sight.
Right.
We already been in Syria for 9 years, trillions of dollars spent for what?
Listen, y'all. Listen. Those trillions of dollars that they're sending over there to these different countries to build up their infrastructure. Why isn't any infrastructure never being built? But trillions of dollars is constantly going out of the United States.
Syria look a hot mess.
Answer me that. Why is that? Look, this has been a money scam game. It's been going on for years, for centuries, and we just waking up to it.
Yes.
And she got to run her behind over there to try to protect their money, their interest. Their gravy trains are running out. This is greed. This is really, really greedy, folks. And for the Republicans that's not standing behind my president, you partaker in this mess and foolishness too.
Oh, absolutely.
That's right.
The president ran on these things.
Yes, he did.
And listen, do you all think he wasn't going to do his job? No, the president gonna clean this up.
He got
those trillions of dollars can come back home to our infrastructure.
That's right.
I was riding on what was we flying on American Airlines, and I was really ticked off when they didn't bring up the ramp. I forgot what that ramp is called, and we had to walk downstairs, and my feet couldn't even fit on the stairs.
The little stairs.
I was ticked off about that. As much money as you pay.
That's right.
And these airports don't have the jet bridgeway where you can slide up to the door for us to walk out to make it convenient, because I wasn't only thinking about myself. I was thinking about the elderly. What happens to
them? Or the mother in the back with the newborn.
They can't get down those stairs. See, we need our money over here to make sure things are right over here for Americans. We can continue to fight these endless wars, because when our soldiers was leaving in Syria, you know what they were doing? Throwing rocks.
Throwing rocks and stones at our people.
Same old.
Abandoned meat. Darn that. We don't need to be over there nobody else. That's just like being over in somebody else's house. They've been fighting for years. And we over there fighting with them. And our house is going to be like
There you go. So the House Democrats witch hunt 2.0, they are full of it. All of them need to be impeached. I know we tweeted out, if there is no vote to impeach the president, why are Democrats in Congress wasting tax dollars on an impeachment inquiry? Okay? If they really want to uphold the Constitution, they will follow the president's due process and face his accuser and for him to defend himself.
That's right.
That's what they would do.
That's
okay?
Right.
But they not doing that.
Nope.
Now we have a question for the Republican. President Trump have a question for you. President Trump wants to know when Republicans are going to start fighting back.
When?
Diamond and Silk want to know when the Republicans are going to start fighting back.
When?
Democrats always stick together and they fight back. I don't care if they scar you with a lie.
They lie together. They lie. They'll tell the same lie, keep spinning the same lie. It's like everybody go and have a little small meeting before the day starts.
Absolutely.
And they know what lie they're going to spin.
But nobody, thank you, everybody that's contributing. Nobody on the Republican side seem to want to defend each other, seem to want to stand up for each other, and I don't understand that.
It is time, and I was saying this almost a month ago. Where is Lindsey Graham? He's the chairperson over the judiciary committee.
And the president got him straight the other day on national television. Instead of Lindsey Graham worried about Syria, he need to be worried about his job and making sure he called people that was involved in some of this here foolishness that Russia witch hunt.
That's right. I keep hearing different things. I keep hearing things about the Pfizer report, about this is coming out, that's going to drop. I watched Sean Hannity. We go down. I watched the Laura Ingram. Oh, this is happening. When the hell is it going to happen? Stop telling the American people this gonna happen, we gonna do this, we gonna do that. And the Democrats, you see their crime. You know that Hillary Clinton paid for this here Russia.
But can I just? I got you. But let me just say this here, Silk. See, you got to understand what it is. These here so-called Republicans are friends with these Democrats, which that's your prerogative. But when you see these Democrats messing up, then why don't you call them to the table? Because if one of you Republicans mess up, they don't have a problem with calling you to the table.
Openly.
And let me just tell you something. If it wasn't for President Donald J. Trump, there would be no Republican Party. I'll say it out in the opening, and you know I'm telling the truth.
That's right.
The Republican Party was deemed racist, was deemed all of this other kind of derogatory stuff. But when President Trump came along, President Trump grew the Republican Party. So the more the least thing you can do is stand with the president. And for some of you all that get, you old heads that get upset because the party is taking on a newness, I think it's a great thing.
That's right.
Because a lot of you are stale and boring. So I think it's a great thing for some excitement when it comes to the Republican Party, because that's one thing the Democrats don't have. They don't have any excitement.
No.
We have an excitement. There is a movement. That's all the more reason why you should be on the president's side with this, and get out your feelings.
And stop playing these games.
Stop playing these games.
Stop playing these doggone games.
And stop being mad that the Republican Party is not looking like you think it's supposed to look, because you want the same old boring, tired rhetoric where we go up somewhere and it looks like we holding some let me just be quiet. Look. Stop it.
Stop it.
I like the newness. I like the change. You want the party to be inviting. Because people are running from the Democrat Party. We want to make sure they have a party to run to, and a party that's going to protect them.
That's right.
Now, I love you Republicans,
sit back on
but I want you all, we have to stick together.
Especially for this president.
Right.
It's been almost 3 years that he's been working through this foolishness.
That's right.
They've been resisting our president. They won't legislate. They've been investigating subpoenas after subpoenas. A lot of mess and hogwash, but our president is still working through it, doing things. And now look at our country. Imagine if everybody was on the same page.
On the same page.
Just imagine that. I think that our president deserves another 3. As long as they investigate him, I think that's the amount of years, 3 or 4 years, he needs to continue to have a do-over.
Yes. Thank you, Skankley.
Yeah. He need to continue to have a do-over for another 4 years.
Right.
To bring this country back
together.
Out of its mess.
And I think that's why I get so ticked off with people like Mitt Romney. That says the most derogatory, demeaning things to me. I think it's derogatory because you are a senator. Why don't, if you have a problem with what the president says, then you go talk to the president. But getting on the show, running off at your mouth.
It's this good old boy syndrome.
I'm tired of it. You almost 70. I think Mitt Romney is 70. For you old heads, enough is enough. I'm tired of it.
It's time for y'all to go rock your grandbabies. You think other people are little kids. You think you could just point and wave your finger in other folks' face. You do that to your grandchildren. And if you feel like you need to do that, take your ass home and do it to your grandchild, not to the President of the United States of America. It's disrespectful.
That's Nancy Pelosi. It is disrespectful. She's a disrespectful person. Speaking of disrespectful, CNN is disrespectful.
Very.
But thank God for Project Veritas for exposing them. And President Trump is going to be taking legal action.
That's right.
Against CNN. Okay? And now here's a little bit of what the letter said. Your employees appear to state that CNN is focused on trying to take down President Trump, driven by a personal vendetta that Mr. Zucker purportedly has against him, rather than reporting the news in an objective manner. In the footage, your employees appear to state that CNN attempts to make its reporting appear neutral and unbiased, when in fact its reporting is far from neutral and highly biased against the president, and so much more. If you go over there on Project Veritas page, they have all the videos listed where you have people tired of Zucker. Mr. Zucker, tired of his narrative. You also had one over there that basically said he wants the president to die. Basically.
Yeah.
Also,
Hateful,
it says
hateful.
journalists should be honest in gathering, reporting, and interpreting information. Journalists should verify information before releasing it.
That's right.
You should provide context. Take special care not to misrepresent or oversimplify in promoting, previewing, or summarizing a story.
That's right.
Label advocacy and commentary. Never deliberately distort facts or context, including visual information. Avoid conflict of interest, real or perceived. Disclose unavoidable conflicts.
That's right.
Avoid political and other outside activities that may compromise integrity and impartiality or may damage credibility. Deny favored treatment to advertisers, donors, or any other special interests, and resist internal and external pressure to influence coverage. Abide by the same high standards they expect of others. I don't think President Trump is playing, and I think he should sue the heebie-jeebies
out
off
of
him. Yes,
and
he
when
should.
I look at these journalists, I wonder did they go to journalism school or janitorial school, because they've been spewing a lot of trash.
That's right. All y'all keep doing is trying to feed us trash,
BS.
and you think we gon' believe it, and we not. I hope the president sue you, and I hope he get billions.
That's right.
Hillary Clinton and her conspiracy theories continue.
Another liar.
Hillary is now blaming someone else as being a Russia asset, a Russia agent. Listen, but she never talks about her ties to Russia.
Yep.
When she paid for the Russia dossier, sold 20% of American uranium to the Russia, received about $150 million from the Russia. Her husband received about $500,000 to make a speech in Russia, but yet everybody is tied to Russia.
That's right.
Russia this, Russia that. I wish Hillary Clinton would go somewhere and sit down, but she don't, because she still thinks she have some power.
She need to go back to the woods with her.
The same thing.
Instead of a glass of Chardonnay, just use a bottle. Just take
a
the whole bottle to the
Well,
the
you
woods.
know what? This is what I think. When you look at Hillary Clinton and the games that she's playing,
Yeah.
she did the same thing in 2016 when it came to President Trump.
Same thing. And don't forget that birthed the movement against Obama. It was
Absolutely.
Hillary Clinton that did that.
So what you all don't remember, back in 2007, when, no, 2007, when she was running against President Obama, she was the one that implied that Obama could have been a Muslim, to try to make the American people look at him a different way, as if you all don't really know him, because people got mad. She was the one that started all of that foolishness, but then everybody wanted to blame it on President Trump.
She's a busybody.
That's what she is. Yes. And you know what? Listen. If Hillary Clinton and the rest of the Democrats crew was so concerned about foreign interference, then they wouldn't be registering illegal aliens to vote into our elections. They wouldn't pass bills allowing illegal aliens to serve on our government boards.
That's right. California just passed a bill to allow illegal aliens to government. I think that's a shame. It's sickening. And then when you look at California and look at all of the homeless American citizens, they're living in tents, defecating in the street.
Right.
And you taking and you catering to illegal aliens. We was on an interview today or the other day, and they was talking about how in California, it's not California, but Chicago is broke.
Oh, yeah.
Chicago is broke, but I bet you they got plenty of money for those sanctuary cities.
And listen, Tulsi Gabbard, one thing about her, I understand she was a veteran. She served our country. Kudos. But I'll never forget how she demeaned, disparaged, and vilified our president.
That's
so
right.
maybe she's getting a taste of her own medicine.
Is.
On the flip side of that, I don't trust one of these Democrats.
Nope.
This could be a ploy.
Yep.
So you all please be careful how we feel sorry for Gabbard. That's all I got to say.
No. Because let me tell you something. If somebody is abusing me, I'm out.
I'm not going to continue to stay in the party.
Stay Get your butt off the Democrat plantation. Run and run like hell if you have to. If they are doing that to you. If Tulsa know that they are being wicked and what they're doing undercoverly, why you still
in the party?
Why you still part of it? Why you still supporting the party that's doing those damnable things?
That's right. That's right. Speaking of damnable things, you had Tom Arnold and Barbara Streisand. You are the hate from the left with death threats. You know, we put out a video. We were coming back from Illinois.
I got it.
And we put out a video about this here. And we tweeted, Secret Service need to pay a visit to Tom Arnold and Barbara Streisand. These undercover threats that echo innuendos of harming the POTUS will not and should not be tolerated. These people are not only disgusted, but they're sick and needs to be evaluated ASAP. And they need to be evaluated.
And I have the video.
You have the video?
Yeah.
Okay, take a look at this, y'all. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Okay, so we just getting back in town, and the driver is driving us home. But I'm looking at social media, and I noticed that two so-called Hollywood elitists, we can call them the aftermath of Hollywood, because they ain't doing nothing.
They dried up.
On social media, it sounds like, or it looks like they may be communicating some threats. But let me tell you something. You better hope like hell you told you two mofos, Tom Arnold and Barbara Streisand. You better hope like hell don't nobody touch a hair on President Donald J. Trump's head.
That's right.
Because if they do, I hope they come and arrest both of you mofos.
That's right.
If you can't be on social media and be civil, then stay the hell off of social media.
That's right. Dried up Hollywood elitists, they don't even know.
You know, I was really upset about that.
Yes, we were.
Because I am tired of hearing things in the streets. I'm tired of these Hollywood elitists or these people, these left-leaning liberals think that they can say anything
jealous.
And they can do anything and they can depict anything when it comes to assassination. Let me tell you something. We are not living in the 60s. This is 2020. You have a whole new breed of people.
That's right.
You have a bunch of conservatives. Conservatives believe in the Second Amendment rights.
That's right.
They carry guns. Nobody, and I mean nobody, better not touch a hair on President Donald J. Trump's head, or what you just started was another civil war.
And I think Secret Service need to go visit them, and I think they will need to be arrested for inciting violence.
That's exactly what needs to happen. Okay, so a member from the squad endorsed Bernie Sanders. I believe it was AOC. All I got to say to this here real quick before we go, why is she endorsing Bernie? She claims to be a minority. She's endorsing a white man who's almost 80 years old, who just had a heart attack and want to take away her wealth.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I don't get that. We got to talk about that on another day. We'll pick that back up next week. And President Trump's G7 summit at Doral, Miami, Florida. You know, I think that he's going to go ahead on. It was going to be for free. But since the Democrats complained and complained and complained, I believe that the president canceled it for being at Doral and going to find another space for it.
You know what? The president is the president of the United States. He should be able to have the G7 summit wherever he chooses to.
Absolutely, I believe so too.
The deal is this would have been zero amount to the taxpayer. Our president don't even take his salary. He gives his salary away,
That's right.
just to be the president of the United States. The least thing that he should be able to do is to have the G7 summit at a place and a space that he know will be lovely, will be magnificent.
And beautiful.
And be beautiful.
That's right.
And you know, I noticed one thing, that whenever Democrats hold their stuff, they hold in old raggedy looking.
Oh, yeah, they hold it. They don't like their stuff like
But Republicans, when Republicans hold their stuff,
be
it
nice.
be nice and beautiful.
It be nice.
Donald Trump don't want to have it in just some old hanky-dank place.
Ranky-dank place.
Right. He want to have it nice and beautiful. And I believe that the Doral in Miami is great. But see, you don't have any Republicans with no backbone there to help be the foundation to say this is where we're going to have it at.
Right.
They're probably sitting right there going cold and folding right along with everybody else.
Wow.
Now, if Nancy Pelosi and then we as taxpayers have to pay for all of that alcohol they have on their airplane.
That's right.
Whenever they flying here and flying there on taxpayer dime, our president should be able to have a G7 summit wherever he wants to.
And how many times hadn't they had something and they buddy owned the venue and they were going to probably get a kickback from holding it there.
Yep.
I mean, y'all must think we crazy.
Yep.
We ain't Boo Boo the Fool. We ain't Taco Bell dumb as hell.
No, we not.
Well,
we got 1 minute.
Okay, Mark Zuckerberg, you all.
Yep.
He said he's defending free speech. He had an interview with Dana Perino when we were in Illinois the other day.
Yeah.
And he said he thinks it's important to stand up for free speech, standing up for freedom of expression. So we tweeted to Mark Zuckerberg.
Yep.
If Mark Zuckerberg is serious about defending free speech,
Yep.
he will remove all algorithms and restricts our 1.9 million followers from seeing our content, and he would have a third-party fact checker who used to work at CNN restricting our page if our post doesn't fit his narrative.
That's right.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see.
It is what it is.
He's
a liar too.
Real quick before we go, and we're about to go. You go ahead and get the music all charmed up. There was a teacher that unarmed a student with a gun. You all, I believe this happened back in May. I'll say alleged when I say May.
Okay. But we're the ones giving it to you.
So in the meantime, in between time, we will see you all next time right here on Diamond and Silk Chit Chat Live. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.